Hello, and my name's Courtney, and today I will be talking to you about the TED Talk of the bizarre economics of tax haven and pirate banking. And the speaker is James Henry. In this video, he is describing taxes within each country and how trust is within countries and taxes and money. Basically, you have to have trust within each country and trust with who is paying for each country. So you have to have social trust and then just trust as a whole to make sure everything is going to go smoothly within each country. So first I'm going to talk about the speaker. He was very informative with the topics that he was given, and I learned a lot from him, but at the same time, I was kind of stuck on what point he was giving. I wasn't clearly understanding what he was trying to give us with the graphs and that type of stuff. The graphs were I could understand most of them, but not all of them with the different numbers and all that stuff because it was just jumbling too much and I couldn't fully understand it. But there was one graph where I did understand it, and it was the graph of countries where they started from the highest point and then each one was decreasing. He said it was a race to the bottom. And he also stated that even though they're going to the bottom, that's not good for their country. They need to keep their taxes up so that they're getting money from the people who live there. But when their taxes are decreasing, then they're not getting enough money. But with the taxes decreasing, that gives the people who live in the country better understanding of how much they owe, and they're not owing more than what they have in the past years. But with that, you have to understand that the country is still wanting you to pay taxes, but they don't want to decrease the amount of taxes that you have to pay because then it's going to hurt their country. And then with other countries also decreasing, it's just going to be harmful to all the countries that have been decreasing. And with that, there comes social trust. He talked about social trust a lot within taxes and all that type of stuff because you have to have social trust with other countries because you're wanting to do trade business with them also. So you have to say, you have to pay this type of tax on this if we're giving you this, or you have to give us a certain amount of money back because we're allowing you to have this and not that. So that comes with a lot of social trust. You also have to have social trust or just trust in general within people who are living in the country. Because the people in the country have to pay the taxes. They have to. If they don't pay the taxes, then bad stuff can happen to them. So you have to have trust in your citizens that they are going to pay the amount that they have to pay. And then, again, social trust. I'm going to say this again. You have to have trust within other countries because you have to rely on other people if you need help within your one country. Some countries might not want to help, but that's where you can gain trust and say, oh, okay, so this country's not going to help us, so we won't trust them as much as we will on this other country. So that plays a big part into it as well. And then again on the taxes are good because you need that extra, not money, but people pay, if you go to a store, there's going to be taxes on a product, and then it goes into a bank, usually, and then the bank holds that money from where they are getting the taxes. And then if you don't pay the taxes, then there will be consequences with that one person, or you can they might say, you have to pay this taxes, you haven't paid this, so then you have to pay in the end. He talked a lot about taxes within the whole video. The whole video is basically about taxes, and he said in the beginning of the video, this is not going to be a fun topic to talk about because nobody really likes to do taxes. You have to like do taxes every year to make sure that you did them correctly and that stuff. But he stated to his audience, like, it's not going to be a fun topic, but this is like really important to understand and not just forget about it or think, oh, it's just a yearly thing. Like, there's more to it than just you filing your taxes. Like, he stated, like, it goes within each country. Like, that's where your social trust comes from, and that's like how you know how much you have to pay based on other countries. So I really liked that he was telling his audience that it's not going to be fun, but I'm here to teach you, and you guys are here for a reason, because you chose to be here. Not because somebody forced you to be here, but because you wanted to learn more. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about how I felt about the video and how it will help me in my future. I already stated at the beginning of the video like how I was kind of confused on certain points. I really didn't understand like the whole graphs at the end with the whole number system, because there was too many numbers for me to fully understand. But in a way it will help other people, and I feel like once I know what he's talking about, like then I'll fully understand like what numbers go where and like how they got the numbers and like why the numbers the way they are. I liked how he like talked. He had a like soothing voice, but I feel like he could be like more like into the topic that he's talking about, because he's there for a reason. So he could be like more like energetic, like for me, because like I feel like he was just being there just to like inform, and it kind of like made me like lose track of like where he was at some parts. And I feel like with the PowerPoint, he could have been like more like on top of it. Instead of waiting for the PowerPoint to go, he like paused for a couple seconds, which was okay, but I feel like if he kept going and talking about the subject he was talking about, it could have went more smoothly instead of waiting and then all that stuff. He was probably also like gaining his thoughts, which that's also good for the speaker. This will help me in the future because it helps me fully understand like what other countries are going through, like with taxes and all that type of like economic subjects and that type of stuff. Because I didn't understand like you went to other countries, you know, like, or talked to other countries about like how they are doing with like taxes and other stuff like that. So like with me understanding that, now I understand like now like why we pay taxes, because like we have to help our own country, and that's a way of giving our government money, because they fund subjects and projects with the taxes that we bring in. So I really liked the video, and I did learn some information that I didn't already know, and I hope you guys did too. Thank you.